breakfast in the morning. For breakfast.
Welcome back to another episode of Tater N Bean. I'm Tater,
This is Bean,
and we are back at it. Spend some time with you flaccid wieners as we do from week to week.
and it's been too long.
It has been a couple days, but we're busy people just like you guys are. So we spend some time with you when we can. We take our flaccid wieners out on a stroll, take your flaccid wieners out, we bring them all, we congregate, and then here we are. I think it says in the Bible when two or more in the name of the Lord that it is church. So let church commence, right?
I never thought of using that as a topic like that.
Church? There's gotta be flaccid wieners at church.
No, that was a good reference though.
Right?
It makes sense.
Because I feel like out of a, there's, what do we do, like a 92% strike rate as far as flaccid wieners in any room? But at church, there's probably more flaccid wieners because it's church.
Yeah.
Unless you're Catholic, then there's probably less flaccid wieners. But we're not going to get on that.
There could be less flaccid wieners in work, I was going to say.
Depending on where you...
in work, in church.
Depending on where you go, yeah,
work
for
too.
sure.
I mean,
depends on the field you're in, I guess. So, what have you been up to this week? Anything fun?
Just, trying to think about, like, how people don't masturbate, really. Like, there's a fine line between masturbating way too much and just doing it normally like everybody else. But when you completely cut it off, you got to have some type of willpower, like some type of thing to be focusing on other than masturbating.
Yeah.
And my buddy told me about how, so he recently became a Christian again. Well, kind of recently. And
good for him. And
every time he thinks about masturbating and he just can't get it out of his mind, he goes over to the fucking pond and he casts a line in and starts fishing.
So that's his, like, instead of... Well, here's the thing, too, and because I've thought about doing, like, a celibacy for masturbating before.
Yeah.
Because it becomes habitual, you just do it out of habit. Like, you're not even, like...
You're not even getting anything out of it.
You don't really want to do it. It's almost sad,
you just do it or you roll over and go to sleep.
But now what is he... Is he just going to get habitual about fishing,
Yeah,
he just gets the urge?
Does it get him off? Like, when he starts pulling the line in, does he do it real slow, thinking about, like...
He's like, oh, yeah.
How he can't masturbate.
Pull that line. Nibble out that bait, baby. Dirty talking the fish. Slapping them when they come out, like, oh, look at that fucking jiggle.
He's like, oh, I'm not throwing you back today, son. You got the wide mouth bass.
You got a real pretty mouth, yeah, exactly. He's holding it like, with the fucking thumb. It's looking at him like this. Oh, man. Wow, your buddy's, he's a changed man, I guess. How's he doing with it, though?
He's doing his thing, man. He's always,
how long has it been since he spanked it?
I think probably about, like, a year.
I think you said he recently became a...
Well, that's kind of recent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, like, less than a year.
That's a long time, though.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That's a lot of boners to be
I say recently because I've been beating off since I was, like, 12, so...
Yeah, that's true.
So, 1 year doesn't seem like a very big thing at time.
Yeah, sometimes I just... Are you supposed to do it? Right? You are. You get backed up, you die. I think that's the science behind it.
I think the science behind it is the genetics you put out in your sperm at first aren't matured yet, so beating off helps it run its course and get better at producing it. So when you actually
what about now,
have
though?
A baby,
what about now?
There's got to be some top tier sperm in there, man.
Right? Like
they got to be fucking
some Michael Phelps swimming around.
Some refined ones, yeah.
Dude, how much cum do you think's in the woods? You ever think about that?
Like from animals?
No, just from people come. How much people come? You think's in the woods? There's got to be some. And depending on the area, if it's not too humid and stuff, probably more cum in those woods.
I don't think people beat off as much in the woods, though. I guess it is.
You ever jerked in the woods?
I have.
I have too. Have you? Everybody. So, okay. You don't think people beat off in the woods, and all three of us have beat off in the woods.
But it's not like...
That's 100% strike rate.
It's never been, often, though. But
you've done it.
You're not,
So my question is, how much cum is in the woods? I'm not saying it's the most cum.
Probably about, 2% of the world cum.
I was thinking maybe 1,700 gallons.
I can't really estimate an amount.
Maybe a 15th of a swimming pool. You know,
Yeah, that's a pretty good visual
like
representation.
that much.
Yeah.
You know, like a square, like a regular rectangle.
But are we talking about timeline, like 1 year or all the time ever?
No, I'm just saying in the woods,
can't
right? If we went to
tell-
the woods right now, how much cum would be there?
Can't tell if we're at
All
the
the
point
world.
where we're
Yeah,
overthinking
yeah.
the shit out of this.
Well, I
But
think we're underthinking is why we can't get
Yeah,
an
that's-
answer. I'm pretty good at math.
That's true. Maybe.
So we got to okay. So I think the equation would be like quantity per load. So how much cum are we producing per load?
I feel like if you're jacking off in the woods, you're definitely gonna have a pretty big load.
Right. So it's
You
more
know, 'cause-
natural.
Yeah, it's
Yep, you're grounded.
and you know, me personally, if I was beating off in the woods, I'd also be kind of paranoid, but that would probably add some suspense to it. You know, so it'd be like, ugh.
You keep in a tight sphincter. We'll definitely do that. Yeah. No. Wow. So there's probably no chance of him masturbating in the woods, huh?
If he does masturbate, I feel like there'd be more of a chance for him to masturbate.
Because he's out there fishing already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
See, you know,
I hope that's
The big mouth bass looks at him a certain way, and he's just like,
gives it a little side eye. Yeah, exactly. No, that's real, and you know, tell old boy I commend him for it, and I support him in his journey. I don't choose that journey for myself or for any of our fans or viewers, but I do commend him, and you know, if I could lend him a hand, which would, if anything, I just keep my hands to myself, and I think it would
help more than.
But yeah,
Maybe
you
start
get what I'm
touching
saying.
too
Just let
much,
them know.
you
You
might
know,
get
that's a cool. I like to see people trying to do like self improvement. You know, so
I can't wait to send this to him and be like,
Oh.
and be like, remember that one time you were drunk at our get together we had when I came down, and you told me that you haven't beat off, and every time you want to, you go fishing. And
oh, it was a drunk confession.
It was like. It was one of those where he was like, bro, when I fucking you still beat off, I think he asked me, and I was like, what kind of question is that?
Of course I do.
And he was just like, I haven't beat off in almost a year, and I go fishing every time.
Oh, wow,
I go fishing every time I feel like it.
what a good old boy.
He probably has a lot of fish.
Probably
What a
at
good old
fishing.
boy, man.
Imagine if every time you felt like beating off, you went fishing. How good at fishing
Bro,
you
I
would get.
don't have enough storage for all that fish.
Maybe beating off could be like a trigger for something that you really want to do. Like every time you think about beating off, you tie it to something that you want to improve on.
Yeah, but
So you're like, oh, I got to beat off.
but the
or
problem
let me
is,
go
as soon
do
as you
this.
nut, all that motivation and ambition is gone.
Yeah.
So whatever you're beating
that's
off
true.
for, you know, now you just gotta take a nap and eat a sandwich
Time to
afterwards.
beat the vibe.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Maybe beat off for something you want to do less. Like you're like, oh, I want to quit drinking, so I'm gonna
Okay,
go beat off.
okay,
now
hear me out.
instead.
Hear me out. I'm gonna follow Cam's suit. I'm gonna beat off for every time that I want to beat off, so I beat off less. Is that? I mean, can we do that?
What's
Right? Because you
Beat
say,
it-
okay, so if I want to beat off less,
yeah?
I got to beat off, right? So like, if you want to quit smoking, you're gonna beat off every time you want to quit smoking.
Oh, okay.
So every time that I get the urge to jerk it, the only way to beat the urge is to jerk it. So I stop, right?
No, because you'd still be You wouldn't be stopped, jerking it at all.
But isn't that the punishment?
She just broke the matrix.
I feel like that's you're looking over the wall. Pink Floyd talks about a little bit in
You
that
think
one.
it's
like past.
you think masturbation is maybe a survival technique?
I think it's essential
Because,
for mental health.
well, definitely for mental health. But if you were in a survival, like if the world went crazy and food was scarce, you think that maybe the semen could provide some type of nutritional value, or
I mean, like, if you want to snuggle
Man milk?
on some semen.
well, I definitely don't want to. I'm just asking.
If you want to, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
I definitely heard. I don't know how true this is, but I definitely heard that there's a lot of protein in semen.
so that's something we could investigate in a situation in a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, like
We can investigate
as
protein
a-
in semen.
as an option
For sure.
at least for a little protein boost. if
Oh,
you're, like,
speaking
really
of survival, something
needing it.
something I was thinking about a lot is one, I just always think about a post-apocalyptic world because I hate having a job. You know what I mean? Because, like, who likes a fucking job? Even if you're rich, like, you get rich, so you don't have to have a job. Like, that's the goal, I think. So,
Yeah.
but what if, like, you know your dog is like a man's best friend. What if, like, you're in a survival deal and there's no food and everything's real scarce? Your dog will probably want you to eat him before you starve to death. As long as your dog viewed you as the alpha, it's not gonna let no little not alpha bitch eat him. But
he would definitely eat you if you died, though.
well, I'm not even saying he died, but like if you were both starving to death, he would be like, "You got to eat me," because like in their nature is like to serve their master. You know? Do you think that the dog would want you to eat them? Like your own dog, not like the stray dog would be like, "Eat me."
I don't think they'd want you to eat them, but I think.
But before that,
I think if there was
before
a dog,
you died, I think it would sacrifice itself before it let its master die.
If there was like a dog afterlife where you could like talk to your dog after it died, I'm pretty sure you could be like, look, dude.
So you're saying you're eating the dog if it dies, but you just don't know.
No,
if
not
it
even
wants...
if it or well. If
well, you're just saying you don't know if
you killed it.
Oh, okay,
but
you don't know if it wants it or not.
Yeah,
I think the dog. I honestly, and I don't know where he's at. He's always making noise or doing this thing. But old Bentley, I feel like, and he's a kind soul. I feel like he would want me to eat him, and I just think that is, you know. And if there was even a way, maybe where you could just eat like the outer limbs, the legs and stuff, and keep him alive while you're doing it, and feed
like solder it after you chop it
yes,
off,
and then
like
share it with him, and it's almost a bonding deal. You know,
the psychology behind that is.
Well, dude, you're in a place where there's no Publix and Walmart. Psychology's already fucked up. You know, people aren't gonna be able to handle that. Of course, bless you.
Yeah, don't say that because then it goes away.
Oh, I just stole your thunder, baby.
I hate it so much. Will used to do that shit to me all the time, and I'd want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, I just stole your damn thunder.
It's all good.
Yeah, dude, I just what would be the 3 things you would bring in a post-apocalyptic situation? Like 3 things that you think you would need to. Maybe, I'm not even to survive, just to entertain yourself. What 3 things? You don't have internet, you don't have electricity, really. So what 3 things are you really bringing to entertain yourself?
That's actually pretty difficult.
Wait, you have no internet, no electricity, right?
Yes.
Assuming it's like...
Well, if you were part of the podcast, you'd be listening.
Russia...
Terrifying, okay?
You know, Russia finally dropped their nukes on us.
What would you bring, though?
And you somehow survive. Probably like I was gonna say like a longboard, but shit would be all grown up and maybe like the roads.
Yeah.
So it's probably a guitar.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Honestly, I don't know. That's a hard one. Everything that I keep thinking of is like electronic based.
So a guitar, we got that. We need to go with 2 other instruments, but that's a little redundant. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I would get like a toolkit.
Toolkit? That's fun.
Like basic electronic handbooks.
Like probably a bow and arrow.
Probably like some survival tools, a lot of them.
No survival stuff. Entertainment. I let you get by with tools, and that's already close to the survival line. Entertainment, pal.
Entertainment and...
See, what I'm getting at here is all you have is your cock. When you get down to it...
Yeah, like, that's it.
Like, if it's just you and yourself,
working right for you.
When you get down to it, and now we just figured out, you need to let Cam know he's supposed to be jerking it. It's when you get down to minimalistic survival, all you have is your dick. You know?
Is it bad that this makes a lot of sense?
Oh, it makes all the sense. It is the sense. You know? Max, real quick, close your eyes. Imagine. You have nothing. What do you have?
My dick.
There it is! Dude, even Peppo figures it out.
Draw a face on it, make a friend. Whatever you want.
Right? Name them. Jesus Christ, right?
Johnny Johnson, Long John
You ever
Johnson.
dressed up your dick before?
All the time, bro.
Mine's too small to dress up.
Well, you could put a hat on it.
That's true. That's true.
Unless
You,
it just doesn't.
Did you hear about the new wave of PC that rolled through?
I think I know what you're talking
They
about.
like took out like 7 Dr. Seuss books for being racist
Oh no, I
that
don't.
we've had since like the beginning of time.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
so like the PC culture police came through and were like, "Hey, you guys are racist," and we're like, "Wait, what?" And like,
no, there was the own company said that, like the own company investigator got investigators, and the investigator said the company is kind of like offensive, and then like they took it down. They took the ceased production
only on certain books,
on 7, yeah.
on 7 of the racist books, yes. But it's the PC culture. It has nothing to do with the company. One company doesn't control the world of books. You're talking about libraries aren't allowed to check them
I'm
out.
sure they got
You're talking
pushed
about
to it,
no, it's just PC culture.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to talk about it on the news anymore. You're not allowed to. You can't even mention the names of the books because, but it's not even really that racist. It's a bunch of bullshit. I mean, the Dr. Seuss guy, he was probably a little kooky because he's making up a bunch of words, writing a bunch of stuff in a different time period where there was different things going on, but so. Because of that, though, the books are like super pricey now. Like you can sell them on eBay for hundreds of dollars,
even thousands.
Yeah, thousands. Like some of them had sold for like over thousands of dollars. Heather, she does all the eBay shit or the Goodwill and eBay shit. She found two of them and sold them for $500.
Really?
Yesterday, 2 days
That's
ago.
awesome.
Yep, dude. And
Cool
there is nothing more
upside.
American than making money off of racism. Am I wrong? Dude, I got my fucking...
I guess. I guess it's like that, yeah.
I'm not a flagrant racist.
I mean, like...
There might be some undertones
when
here and
other
there,
people, when other countries think of America, that's probably something they think about, like, how we make money off of racism.
Bro. And then...
Most likely.
And then to be able to recycle it back and do it yourself, that is the American dream. To take America's racism and shove it back in its face and make $500, that is it. That's the
I
dream.
don't know what books they are, though.
She has a list of them. You can look them up. I mean, it's not like you can't Google stuff,
Mm-hmm.
It'll still be on the internet. But, yeah, they took them down. They're like, you go to the library and check them out. Like, school libraries, they're gone. Barnes & Noble's gone. Took it down, bro. The Sioux, son. It's just a crazy time, man, to have, like, who cares? Like, we got real stuff going on in the world, right?
Yeah,
Aren't people dying?
If you don't want your kid to read a racist Dr. Seuss book, then just don't give it to him.
You're really enjoying the fact that Syria got bombed, huh?
You've
mentioned it like 10 times in the last week.
Not really.
It's like his favorite thing to talk about.
He has a real thing against Syria. What does Germans have against Syrians?
I don't have against anything.
Are they like the Puerto Ricans to Floridians? Like, how we're like fucking pissed off Puerto Ricans?
Not
And
really,
so you're like
bro.
pissed off Syrians?
I just don't like people getting bombed the shit out of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy that, I don't think.
Oh, I mean, but well, you can't just talk about Syria though. That's not the only country we bombed this month.
Yeah, but that's more recently.
We bombing everybody all the time, and that's just what
sucks too.
That's just what the news put in front of your face. So you got to be like, oh, Syria, we got to care about that now. That's just the world, dude. Everybody's bombing each
They
other.
have to have a reason to use all the weapons that they buy.
People should bomb less and
they have to
more bomb-based music.
They have to justify their budgets, because if they're not using these bombs and shit, then what's the reason to buy all of them all the time?
No, and they have expiration dates on like shit like that. Like these things are.
Tell me not like that doesn't sound like an American.
No, well, the whole like military industrial complex is like the biggest business in the world. It's trillions and trillions of dollars in that business, and like I don't know if you ever seen the movie with Jonah Hill. I forget the name right now. War Dogs, but I
was gonna say Gun Runners, but I don't think that was it.
But they're repackaging ammo, Chinese ammo, and selling it to. But like they're just making billions of dollars off of like the U.S. government, and the government don't care. They just gotta like you said, they gotta spend the money so they can next year be like, oh, I need the same budget or more.
Mm-hmm.
We spent all of it last year.
Yeah,
and that's how it works, anyways. If your parents give you, $14 for a lemonade stand, right? And then you make the lemonade stand with $12. Well, next year when you ask to do a lemonade stand, they're only going to give you $12.
Yeah.
No, you keep the $2, you invest it, you fucking buy some more ammo, you kill some more Chinese babies, and then they give you $14 next year. Babies. You know what I mean? But no, for real, because all this shit is, the world is going crazy.
Know if we have beef with China. I mean, I know we do.
No, we don't really fuck with China like that. Like, yeah, we're not like friends, but China is like they're the people that could take us out. Like not like they're well they do have like a way bigger army than they have like a
Their army is the size of our population.
Yeah, it's something crazy like that. It is something crazy.
Yeah,
but they also like
their
their cyber their ability for cyber war is way more advanced than like we are.
Yeah.
Because up until like Trump was president, they weren't even thinking about that as like I mean they were like, cyber war, but they weren't trying to like defend against it. But that's like the new style war, like,
yeah,
back then you used to fly to countries and just like land on their land and fight and die. And then now we don't even do that. And then eventually we're not even going to do what we do now. We're not even going to be bombing people. You're just going to be taking their infrastructures down and, fucking the country, the people, you know what I mean? You fuck the country over, then the people, everyone just becomes unrest and, civil war happens and China's over there like just chilling.
They step in and start acting like America. Like if a civil war happened here.
I just don't know. I don't think the other countries have the desire to be the world police like America does. And so I don't think their goal would ever be to do that. I just think that they don't like that we're the world police. And like, we go around and try to police everybody. We got embassies everywhere. We do all this shit, but we don't have the right to be like, we have the right because we won a bunch of wars and we bombed a bunch of nations. That's why we have the right, because we're fucking savages. Mm-hmm. God bless America.
Yeah, it's kind of like this weird.
Oh,
you have to stand up to a certain point to be respected, and to protect what you have. But at the same time, it's like fucked up.
Yeah, in that world of like what they're doing and stuff, you got to be a conqueror, and like
it's like you can't reason with somebody that's just like fucking beheading people.
Well, they don't look at us as like people. We're not people to them. You know what I mean? You think Vladimir Putin would think that we're people sitting in our garage doing this? Like, he wouldn't care what happened. He does not. You know what I mean? We're just, we're infidels. We're talking about masturbating in the woods, how much cum there is in the world. He does not care about us. We're not real to him. We don't deserve to breathe. Your buddy quit jerking off to go fishing. Like, you think that he respects that? You think a fucking Russian son of a bitch like that respects that? Come on now. You think?
I wish we could have Vladimir Putin on our podcast.
Oh my god!
Hey, can you ring him up? You got international connections,
dude. You got connections.
Come on, bro.
Get him on here.
Nah.
Come on.
You guys wanna die?
Why would
so
we
you
die?
can call him.
You guys wanna die?
He said, "Let me get Uncle Putin on the phone."
We're not gonna make fun of him or nothing. We're gonna pick his brain.
No, nah, you will die, bro. We will be waking up in the gulag.
The gulag.
The gulag.
Man, that's savage. Wow.
Is it raining or?
Just to send a plug, we talked about it a few times, but Tater knocked out a cold food review that we will be releasing, throughout the week. So just make sure you're catching that. Be on the lookout. It's a nice sticy John just to get the wheels rolling. But look for a few more down the road. It was a good time, and there's nothing more than a fat piece of shit like me likes to do than eat food.
Cold food review.
Right.
Cold food review.
You have anything to say?
No, I'm good, man.
So
I got out everything I was gonna talk about. Oh no! I actually remember something. It's another topic. Yeah, I always thought it was so watching porn with your buddies, okay, is the thing, and it always seemed like uncomfortable, and I don't know why people do it. Even if it's just like I get it when like a guy's showing another guy nudes.
Can I roll back for a minute?
Yeah.
You said watching porn with your buddies, it's the thing. When you say it's the thing, are you saying...
No, not it's the thing. I meant like...
It's the thing that you're talking about?
It's the topic.
I thought you were going to say it's the thing that you got to do. And I'm
No.
Okay, well, I'm rolling with you, but I don't know if I'm rolling with you.
No, yeah, no.
Okay,
what I was meaning by that is, a buddy shows you a nude or something, it's different. But, like, one time I walked into my house, and my buddy was just sitting on the couch, clothes on, watching porn on the TV, like casting his phone onto it, and he was just like, "Bro, I need to show you this," and was just like explaining, how hot this girl was, and I was like, "Why is this something people want to do? Like, show your friends? I don't."
I showed him a porn the other day, like a little 2-minute John, but it wasn't like super extensive. But
because now I'm standing here.
Quality though, mayonnaise John.
Now we're standing in the both general vicinity, both kind of like half flaccid, right? And it's just. And now what are you gonna do? You gonna go like if you go in the other room, close your door. You go in the other room, close your door to go beat off.
You stay no. See, you're wrong there. You stay in the same room. You got to be on different planes though. You can be on the couch level. You can be on the floor level. Different planes. You can jerk off here and here. It's not gay.
I guess I've experienced that a little bit.
And then if there was like a bunk bed situation, it could be like a bunk bed, lower bed.
Yeah,
floor.
I was gonna say I feel like I have a memory of being on a bunk bed and like watching.
Or if you're on like
porn.
a bed and then there's like 2 sides of the bed, one on each side.
Well,
I've been here.
Pants on,
Wait,
no, your dicks are coming out
on the same bed.
It depends on if you hear them like doing it, they're like jerking it. And if you're hearing it, you like it, If you like it, then it's kind of
no, maybe not us, but maybe you.
I don't like it.
Why did you say like you wouldn't like it? Though?
Jerk next to me, so like I cannot.
Oh, dude, what a loser! Nobody ever jerked next to you. What a faggot!
You never had a person
you
jerk off next to you.
Dude, what a scumbag! You limp dick motherfucker! You never had somebody jerk it next to you?
Bro,
dude, what a twink!
Grow up, man. Like,
get a fucking life, bro.
Beat off next to another man. Like, quit being so gay.
Sorry, man. I just usually draw in pussy.
Wow. What a queer man. Wow, we're about to get canceled.
Dude, it is weird not to beat off next to somebody at this point,
I could say that I've probably jerked off in a room with a dude maybe about 23 times.
Holy shit. That is not the number I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say like 7.
Well, I've done a lot of like exhibitions maybe where like, you might be doing your girlfriend in front of some dudes. Or like, just, you might be having a party and you might be like, you and your ex-lady and your, roommate and her friend are just like, hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Your buddies might be watching that show. You might be jerking it a little bit. Not a big deal. But definitely a couple times, maybe about a dozen or so times where like, the party ends, you and the homies are just like watching porn, like you said. And like, different planes though. One's on the bed, one's on the floor.
Different planes.
Lights are off. Volume's up super loud, so you can't, I'm a wet masturbator. I never dry dog it. I like lotion. I like a lubricant. I like to, take my dog for a walk in the park. I don't want to just let them out to the backyard with the fence. I like to let them see some new scenery, smell some new smells. Let them feel special about the situation.
Touch the hole in the drywall.
Yeah, and so you're definitely gonna hear me smacking over there if I'm spanking it. The pros of being a dry dogger is you get a lot less smack and. I really think that's the only pro. I just, I feel like you probably have a way more calloused wiener.
As uncircumcised, you shouldn't do dry dogging. Because dry dogging is there's too much, friction on it.
I've seen it. Look, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've understood that when you're uncircumcised, you use the extra skin to fucking work the head.
Well, it depends on if
I feel like it'd be easier if you're uncircumcised.
Depends on how hydrated you are.
Okay.
Really, If you do that little...
I'm a semi-circum.
It kind of create like this,
I was moving around a lot?
If you are dehydrated, it's more like dry, and then it's like, it's like more like sandpaper.
I was moving around a lot, so he only clipped a little bit of it, so it has like a dog ear on one side, and then the rest is like a German army helmet. So it's like, yeah.
He was just...
Yeah,
I don't have, that extra skin for extra movement, so
yeah, we got traumatized as a kid, as a baby.
I could know somewhere that anything cut around my dick.
Well, you're a baby, you don't know.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, it's like now as a grown adult, I feel like
you couldn't get it done. I remember.
I'm too aware of.
No, I remember. Look, this is a real story. When growing up, I'm going to say foster for lack of better terms because we lived in a trailer and there was no paperwork involved. But we acquired a baby and his name was David. He was like a Spanish kid. He was like 3 years old.
Did you work where you?
No, my parents had him. Like it was like a lady at the church just gave it to my mom, and we just took care of this baby for like 5 months until the lady like came back and took the baby back. But I remember. I know it's a weird story.
That's a normal thing that happened. You know.
Yes, and I remember that. The baby was 3, but he had an infection on his penis, so he had to get a circumcision at 3. And the pain that the baby for like 3 months from his wiener, because it wouldn't heal, because of like where it's at. That's why the doctor explained to us that you can get it done when you're an infant because you're not moving around a lot, blah, 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 and it heals faster as an adult. And it still takes like 6 months to heal as an infant. As an adult, you get that shit done and you have a regular life, it's gonna hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, because you're not gonna not get a fucking boner once.
But also, science behind it is that if you have an uncircumcised John, you got a more sensitive head. So, if we were just getting into scientific here, I know a lot about flaccid wieners.
I can see that because like
because the head's always exposed when you're circumcised, so it takes sensitivity away.
It's like instead of it
because like
touching part of your head,
when the skin is not on the head, you know. And it touches like fabric or something. It's
you're like, woof.
Yeah, it's
like a little gumption?
It's not a nice feeling because like
it's too much.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we go our whole lives with our head touching everything that
That's why I never understood. I'm like, fuck, dude.
I got a fucking lightning bolt.
That's why we're so fancy.
I have a tiny lightning bolt scar on the top of my wiener because I used to have these board shorts as a teenager. And the Velcro, like, you know, one Velcro is hard and the other side is soft. The Velcro I was surfing was scraping my wiener. I didn't know. So then when I got home, I had like a little scar, and I never had that scar ever since. Looks like a little Harry Potter deal.
I got like a K in veins on the top of my dick.
Can you do it in
32 minutes?
Can you do it in standard instead of metric?
What?
That numbers you did metric, right?
Kilometers.
No, I said fucking 18% of my battery.
Oh man, I'm just kidding, bro.
It's like 30 kilohertz.
That's
You got a big wiener, man.
That's a fun. I hope you guys like the new space that we chose this week. We just wanted to switch it up, try something a little bit more industrial feel with it's a little darker feel, a little rapey vibe, but also like good for the the comedic value that we just like to bring with the shits and gigs.
Yeah,
I really like to show you around, but it's a mess in here. It looks like a hoarder's house.
We definitely need to do some podcasts in some weird situations.
Yeah, we should just do like different weird situations from time to time, like being a treehouse. So he has a treehouse in his backyard, by the way. This dude has like a legit backyard, and we got to check out. Speaking of hoarders, you guys ever seen that show Hoarders before?
Yeah,
like that whole network.
Too deep into it, but
that whole network is like super. It's like let's find people with ailments that we can like pretend that we're making a documentary to help them, but we're gonna laugh at them, and then let's put it on TV and people watch it because it's like a 600-pound people. There's the show with midgets. There's the hoarders. Like it's just a crazy network, but. The hoarder show is nuts because, like, they get these. First off, these hoarders are mentally ill.
Yeah.
I mean, they're living in, like, shit to the ceiling, like, literal shit to the ceiling, like, shitting in 2 liters to the ceiling, and, like, rats and animals, and they have, like, 40 cats and 13 dead ones that are, like, around, and 6 dead ones they didn't know they had.
The live ones eat the dead ones.
Yeah, they got a few dead ones that they found and put in the freezer, and, like, I mean, it's just crazy. And then they bring these people in and just start tearing their shit apart, like, and they're like, you have a week, and then they're just like bullying them the whole time, like throw your shit away. And they're just like, I can't.
Crying.
Yeah, and then like the people are like making little piles over here, like little chipmunks, around the yard. And it's like Susie Joe's got another pile going, and they like chase her down, and she's over here like shaking and crying because
trying to hide her fucking her bottles of shit.
Yeah, like
she doesn't want to throw away.
Bro, it was like a fabric sewing kit with rat shit all over it, and it was like not usable. There's no cleaning it. And they're just like. And she was like, "It's mine." They're like, "You're gonna lose
it from her hands."
Well, it's crazy because they're gonna lose their whole house, and the the one was the best because like the lady's crying and she's like, and he goes, "You're crying, aren't you? It doesn't feel good, does it?" It was like the guy running the thing. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead and cry. Now throw your stuff away." It's like, dude, this lady's like,
she's going through some shit right now. Like,
yeah, it's like, it's like her mom
time.
killed herself. She started hoarding. It was like, this is her mom's suicide we're dealing with here, and you're just like, throw it away, bro.
Put it in the dumpster.
Oh man, it's a reckless show. I love it though. Like the family comes in, they're just like super mean to Aunt Susie. That like nobody's visited for 23 years. Aunt Susie doesn't think anyone loves her, but
try to act like they've been supporting.
Yeah, they're like,
probably.
We used to have dinners here, and it's just like, oh, you guys came here once, one Thanksgiving, you know. Oh man, I just love shows on mentally ill people. Gives me insight on myself.
That's pretty much what this is. I mean.
Not 100%. This is a show with two mentally unstable individuals pretending to be mentally stable for 43 minutes a week.
Yep. That's about it.
So, with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. It was good spending some time with you. Let's do it again next week, fellas. Flash the Weeds out.
Bros.